Hi, good afternoon from London, England. Or is it good morning or good evening from London, England? You know what time it is? This is your host, your guy himself, DLG Reppin. And I'm bringing you the Premier League roundup of this weekend's games. And I'm going to be going through the games and the scoreline. I'm going to be calling out the scoreline as I go through the games. My word. I know, I'm going to be calling out my team's defeat to Wolves and that scoreline. I'm not looking forward to talking through that, but I'm probably over the defeat. So, hope you've all had a nice day. I don't know what else you could expect for me to say, but to be polite. If you're feeling this video, if you've got a suggestion or an opinion, then leave it in the comments section below. Smash the thumbs up like button, please, and help me by subscribing to my channel today, please. Smashing that subscribe button for me, left, right, and center galore, and abundantly and passionately. Still another 933 subs to go, and I've accomplished 67 subs so far. And speaking of subs, I will be shouting you out, yeah, when you do subscribe. Like Pascal, like William Orphan, like Richard Robinson, Darren, Miss Brown, and to name a few. So let's keep the subscribers coming. Right, onto this weekend's Premier League game, starting with Friday night's game. Crystal Palace 0, Newcastle United 2. I mean, it was a dull game, I believe. I was stewarding, working outside the ground. It was a dull game. I've seen the highlights, and it seems to me that Crystal Palace didn't play well. I mean, I don't know how many opportunities they had. I don't know how many opportunities they had on target, Palace, and the same goes for Newcastle. Newcastle got 2 quick goals, one from Callum Wilson, and the other one from Joe Linton by a deflection of the defender. Palace Newcastle fans, if you're watching that game live and exclusive on the telly, please get in touch with me and tell me how the game went and how tell me how the game went and how both of your teams performed in your honest words. I don't want no bias, nonsense and malarkey talk. I just want to hear it how it is. But it finished Crystal Palace 0, Newcastle United 2. Good away win for Newcastle. That's a very good away win for them and Steve Bruce's boys. So, rolling on. Moving on to Saturday's game. Brighton over Albion 1, Liverpool 1. Now, it was a game that was mainly controlled by Liverpool. They had 2 goals disallowed, and rightfully so. They were offside goals. I thought Salah just got himself offside. However, let's go back more than a couple of years ago, to say the least. He would have got away with that, and that goal would have stood. And Brighton, in that game, they had 2 penalties. Morpay sending Ellison the wrong way round, but hitting the goal extension. How did he do that? Only Morpay will be able to tell us all this. I mean, only Morpay will be able to explain, should I say. Liverpool, they took the lead. Some will say, no, they took the lead, and deservedly so. Diego Jota, who's been on fine goal scoring form since his big money move from Wolves to Liverpool, got himself another Premier League goal, his 9th, I believe, this campaign. And then Liverpool conceded a penalty at the end where Andy Robertson has fouled Danny Welbeck in the box. And when he went to VAR, replays can clearly see that Andy Robertson's kicked Danny Welbeck's foot after Danny Welbeck gets his foot on the ball before Robertson. So the referee had to give a penalty, which Gross scored by sending Alisson the wrong way and slotting it in into the back of the net. And for me, that's how you take a penalty. For me, Gross must have bumped into Morpay and told him, "Now that's how you send the goalkeeper the wrong way and score." But I think it was a fair result. But Jurgen Klopp, my word, I'll tell you what. If you haven't seen his post-match interview that day, you need to see it. You know, the way the reporter was asking him the questions, and he got really angry and defensive. I think it was pretty funny, if I'm being honest with you guys. What is it he was saying? Yeah. I know he speaks a little bit fast. He was talking about the penalty, and he mentioned I think at the beginning of the interview he mentioned something about Jordan Henderson coming on and whatnot. But Jordan Henderson on Match of the Day 2, he was interviewed after the game, and he said even the Brighton players would have said that, or even some of the Brighton players would have said that was never a penalty. Well, you need to have a look at the replay again, Mr. Jordan Henderson. That is a clear penalty. It's a clear foul. Robertson, your left back, kicks Danny Welbeck on the foot, leaves Danny Welbeck riding in a bit of pain because Welbeck had got the ball before Andy Robertson. You need to have a good look at the replay. Yeah? And take off your tinted glasses because it's your team. Fuck all that. That's bollocks. Open your eyes and start seeing things and saying it how it is. Right, moving on to the next game. Manchester City 5, Burnley 0. Now, I understand from a tactical point of view that this is the fourth time in a row Manchester City have scored 5 past Burnley by beating them 5-0 for the fourth time in a row in the Premier League. My word. That's extraordinary. That's extremely insane and extraordinary. How has that happened, Burnley? Burnley supporters, how do you feel when you go to Man City and see your team lose 5-0 by the same scoreline? Not once, not twice, but 4 times. Well, Man City were... The answer was Man City were just too good for them. They were quick in passing the ball, quick in their movement. I mean, it's a case of pass and move, but they did it so quickly. And it bamboozled Burnley all over. In fact, they bamboozled Burnley all over the park. Hands down. There was hardly an effort to put a scratch on the Man City player. There was lack of belief, lack of effort, lack of motivation, lack of everything. But taking nothing away from Man City, they were superb, magnificent. They were out of this world. And the way they finished Burnley off, that's how they can finish most teams on their great day. Especially on their very great day. And Burnley just suffered the scars of another 5-0 defeat for the 4th Premier League away game at Man City. That's incredibly insane. That's my team getting beaten by the same team away from home 5-0, not once, not twice, but 4 times. I'll be frigging pig sick. Right, moving on to the next game. This was a very good game to watch. I enjoyed the end-to-end action. It had opportunity, shots on target, shots off target. It had a bit of tackle, a bit of bite, and yeah, there were over 35 odd shots between the two teams, and it finished Everton 0, Leeds United 1. Goal scorer Rafinha, and what a sweet strike through the legs of the defender, and at the back stick. Pickford no chance. I mean, this is what he was up to last weekend or the weekend before that, when he was playing at home to Arsenal against Arsenal, and my word, he had a trusty left foot, and it was like a wand. And Leeds, I thought they were worthy of the 3 points. They attacked Everton from the start. They never changed their principle, Leeds, and they kept going, regardless of the result, and they got themselves 3 big points. And well done to Leeds and Bielsa on the victory away to Everton. A magnificent victory, should I say. 1-0 away from home, clean sheet. Right, moving on to the next game. West Brom 1, Sheffield United 0. Now, Chris Wilder spoke of having so many opportunities, but couldn't take them, and it was that case where West Brom scored early, I believe, and they held on despite the pressure and the opportunities created by Sheffield United. They just couldn't get that goal. That would have possibly at least given them something to take back to Bramall Lane. I think it was a game that was possibly dominated in the second half by Sheffield United. I mean, West Brom fans, how well do you feel that you performed in that game? If you want to give me some answers, leave it in the comment section below. And West Brom fans, another question for you guys: were you worthy of the 3 points? If anything, yeah. Again, just leave that in the comment section below. Right, moving on to Sunday's game. And what a game at St Mary's. It finished Southampton 2, Manchester United 3. Now, Southampton they were cruising against the run of play. 2 goals. They get to be 2-0 up at half time. And Manchester United started off the beginning of that game the brighter of the two teams in the first half, and I feel that they could have had the lead. They could have scored in that first half, and I wondered to myself, how did Manchester United not score in that first half? Mason Greenwood launching on into a mistake by the centre half, allowing McCarthy to come out. But my man Greenwood did everything but score by hitting the side netting, and then Southampton go up the other end and get a goal. It came from a corner, a James Ward set piece, and my word, he hit it right on the money. Skimmed off the top of the head of Vestergaard, I believe, or Bednarik, who got the goal. No, it was Vestergaard, I believe, who got the goal, and no. I think it was Bednarik. You Southampton fans, I'm confused with one or the other. I can't quite put my finger on the centre half that scored the first goal of the game from a set piece. Again, leave it in the comment section below. And then Ward-Prowse gets a free kick from 20 yards out and hits a target, scores, but De Gea, he should have saved that. But to be fair, he did he did bang his knee hard on the post, so he had to come off at half time to be replaced by Dean Henderson, and Cavani came on with him to replace another Man United player. I think it may have been Greenwood. I don't know who it was, but my word, Man United, should I say, they did what they used to do of old, and that's stage of a fight back. You know, all started with Bruno Fernandes' fine finish with a cross from Cavani, and then Cavani was in the right place in the right time. God knows how many goals he has scored all over his career, but my word, a Dyer Vineda, it just sums up what a goal poacher Cavani is. One of the best finishers in world football. You can't allow him to hang around the box and not mark him. This is players like that you have to mark to prevent them from scoring from scraps, and that's what he's all about. He's a hungry striker, and then he showed his goal scoring instinct by getting the winner in the 91st minute of stoppage time. I think United were overall worthy of the 3 points because they were the better team. Southampton got tired towards the 75th, 80th minute. You can see they were leggy, tired clearances, tired passes. They just couldn't get out their half. They couldn't get out of their own half in that second period of the game. And Manchester United were worthy winners, and there's no complaints. Right, Chelsea 0, Spurs 0. Now, this was a game where, apart from the disallowed Timo Werner goal, which was offside, proven offside, I thought Tottenham in that first half, apart from the Bergwijn chance, I thought both teams were not at the best. We're not at their best from an offensive point of view. Although Lampard says that they dominated the game, they had the chances, but opportunities were very few and far between the two teams, and it was more or less defence versus defence than attack versus attack. So it's any wonder that it ended in a stalemate. Chelsea 0, Spurs 0. Arsenal 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. Now, I said it in my roundup, and I'll say it again. We were outclassed, and Wolves deserved the 3 points, especially in the first half, because they outperformed us offensively, and they deserved the 2 goals, and they deserved to be 2-1 up at half time. The 2 goals, well, Adama Traore doing Tierney when Tierney should be goal side of him. That's poor positional play by Tierney to allow Adama Traore to get a cross in. The Donker heads it against the bar. In there was Neto to get the first goal. And to our credit, we responded immediately to get the equaliser, and what a cross by Willian. He was alright. I don't know why he came off in that second half, but he produced a fine cross for Gabriel to rise above not 1, not 2, but 4 Wolves players. That is completely insane. He just wanted it so much, and he deserved that goal. For me, our best centre half at the club, hands down. For me, in that second half, there was not enough creativity coming from the middle. You know, Danny Ceballos didn't look like he was going to create Jack S. And all of the opportunities were on the wing. Crosses coming from Saka, crosses coming from Willian, or who came off Reece Nelson. He put a couple of crosses in. And from his part, some of the crosses he did put in were poor. I thought there were a couple of crosses that were poor, and a couple of crosses were not too bad. Saka puts in his cross in the in the box, and well, Aubameyang, we didn't take our chances. Aubameyang had an opportunity in that first half as well when we were 2-1 down, and for me, at 1-1. And for me, if he scores, it changed the whole complex of the game. But Conor Cody produced a magnificent interception. And Aubameyang in the second half, from across from Bellerin, he should be heading that on target for someone who cost 60 million and outscored the very best striker in the world in Robert Lewandowski, I expect that ball to be nestling in the net or the goalkeeper to produce a fine save. And neither happened. But other than that, take nothing away from Wolves. They were worthy of their 3 points. They defended magnificently well. And, restricted us to opportunities. And I forgot to talk about Reece Nelson's opportunity where it fell to him nicely. He just leant back a little bit and it went over the bar where he should be hitting the target. That's a fact. Right, moving on to Monday's games. Leicester 1, Fulham 2. Now, this is a shock result of the Premier League weekend. Who would have thought Fulham would have gone away to high-flying Leicester and produce a 2-1 win? I didn't see this one coming. I saw the opportunities and, I think Scott Parker had a game plan to be as tight as they can at the back, and I think they must have defensively performed the best they could have performed so far this season and hit Leicester on the counter-attack. And Ademola Lookman, what a good goal. Nice finish, open his body at the back stick. And then the penalty, which Fulham would have dreaded after missing two known penalties. One from Lookman, the pathetic one at the Stadium of Light, and the other one from Ivan Cavallero. But Ivan Cavallero showed Bottle to take the penalty, placed it at the he placed it towards top bins as high as he could, where Schmeichel dived the right way and couldn't get a fingertip to it, and it was a very good penalty. Although Leicester got a goal back late on, but it was maybe it was always too little too late by Harvey Barnes, who got the goal. So no complaints there. I think Fulham were worthy of the result, and that takes them out of the bottom three. Scott Parker definitely was delighted. And the last game of the Premier League fixture lists finished West Ham United 2, Aston Villa 1. Now, well, what a start for West Ham. Under 2 minutes, Ogbonna scores from a corner. And I think it was taken by Richard Cresswell. And how high was Ogbonna? I mean, that was a towering header with authority. And Villa goes up the other end after they start to grow into the game, as I was listening to it on commentary. Villa go up the other end and Jack Grealish gets a fine goal. But when you look at the goal, deflected off Ogbonna, and it loops at the back stick there, giving the goalkeeper no opportunity. And then West Ham go up the other end. Ben Rama comes on, puts an in-swinging cross in from open play, and Gerard Bowen gets the glancing flick on, or the glancing header that goes at the back stick. But however, West Ham did have opportunities. They had a penalty, which was missed by Ollie Watkins, although he hit the bar. But we all know it's not the crossbar challenge. And then Ollie Watkins thought he made an amends for his penalty miss, only for VAR to rule his goal offside, and he was offside. When you look at his arms, and if it is judged, I think it was offside in general, whether his arm was out on or whether he had a little bit of hair, he was offside. And West Ham held on to get their victory, and Aston Villa, after a bit of a shaky start in the first 20 odd minutes, they grew into the game, created these opportunities I've spoken about, but it wasn't to be. So that's my Premier League roundup. I'm going to end this here and say, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys to the girls, thank you for listening, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching. I'll be back later on this evening with another football context. And bring you the latest football context only. If you want to talk about the results of called out, and you want to talk about your football team, not just Arsenal fans, but all football fans who support any football club or any football team of what club, then please leave it in the comment section below. Do smash the thumbs up like button, and hopefully I can avoid the thumbs down. And please help me by subscribing to my channel today. That's myself and I, DLG Reppin. Reppin spelled Romeo Echo Papa Papa Indigo November. Help me by subscribing to my channel by smashing the subscribe button left, right and centre abundantly and passionately for me, please. And I'll give you a shout out. The more you help me grow my channel, the more I'll give you the latest football context. And yeah, there will be a shout out for each and every one of you who subscribe to my channel. That I can promise you. So have a nice day, and continue to enjoy the day as well. See you later. Nice.